Friday, the 20th of October, on a rainy day. Getting ready. How many minutes, sir?
I'm actually about to call Joe about that right now because.
Seems like we might be having some technical difficulties. Literally, this is not surprising. The past 2 weeks have been, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but whoa, things have been so off with technology, people, things, just craziness. So stay tuned. Apparently they're working out what's going on here. Should be going live very soon. If not, I'll just sing for you guys. I don't know if you want me to do that, but I could do that. All right, are we ready to rumble? Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got a minute 26.
Oh, okay. Minute 26. So okay.
Yeah, I
We
don't
had a
know.
reset?
I'm on the why am I saying what I'm looking at? I'm on the LA News commercial break thing and it wasn't logged in.
Oh,
And so yeah, that's what I called Joe about.
okay.
Yeah, recording, good. Check these. And now we have 1 minute.
Oh, okay. All right. That's right. It's only 5:35. Why did I think we were running late? I don't know. We're right on time.
We still are running early, but
Yes. Okay, good.
just like Billy Joel says, she's right on time.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Ready. I don't know what I'm going to do, but no, I'm going to do. Kind of. We're just going to wing it today. I have a lot of material, and I'm just going to see what moves me, and that's what I'm going to discuss today.
You're only going to talk about Alexander Hamilton and nothing else. You got 30 seconds.
All right, cool. 30 seconds.
Seconds.
10 seconds. Okay. Thank you.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, ABC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Now more than ever, investment advice is needed. Not just where best to invest your money, but why. Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and looking to maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy another home? Are the markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758.
Andrew, I got you.
Or visit us at diversifiedfinancial.biz. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate through all market conditions with only one goal in mind, my clients. Visit me at diversifiedfinancial.biz or call Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you.
Hello, everyone. We made it to Friday. That is good news on this yet again another rainy day. Shocking. Well, a Friday, I guess, rainy Friday, but the outlook for the weekend looks rainy again, which is shocking, right? I don't know. I haven't done the stats on it, but I think that the past, I don't even know, several weeks, months, I don't know. We've had rainy weekends a lot. We'll just put it that way. And I looked at the forecast for the coming week, and being a planner and all, right? That Monday through Friday looks sunny, and I know it's still a far projection to get to next Saturday, but they're saying rain for next Saturday. Like, really? It's like a bad joke. Like we don't have enough drama to deal with. But anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me today, and be safe there on the roads, commuting home. in this crazy. Although I think the rain has stopped. It's just yucky out there right now. But you are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I am the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, which is a full-service independent financial planning firm located in Medford. I'm here every Friday live at 5:30 on 103.9 LI News Radio. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. And my God, anxiety and stress is running at an all-time high, and it's not even just about the markets, it's about a lot of things. So we'll try to unpack a few things today. But if you want to know more about me or my firm, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We are also on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions. So like our pages to get updates, because we do post a lot of stuff on there, a lot of pertinent information, and you can see what is happening. So, yeah, another week. I don't even know where to begin. And honestly, I'm sure you're all newsed out with everything that's going on, the various wars, the people flying over the border, the market volatility. There's a lot of things going on right now. But I know all of you have been busy, so maybe you don't know. Actually, it's interesting when I speak to clients on the phone sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, and they're like, what happened? It's just interesting how some of us are engaged probably way too much, and then there's like people on the other end that have no idea what's going on, and then there's like a few of us in the middle, right? Like we kind of know a little bit, just enough to be dangerous. But so I know we're all like really busy, and life has been busy for me as well. I'm just going to kind of put something out there, which I thought was interesting. My sales assistant had told me about it that I didn't even notice, but 3 weeks ago I did my 150th show, which supposedly in radio, that's pretty big. Like, that's pretty exciting. Again, I just do what I do and, whatever. But so I did 150 shows, and today I'm logging in my 153rd show. So I'm like so excited about that. I can't believe it's been over 3 years that I've been doing this. It's amazing. But so time does surely fly. So last week, if you had tuned in, I was very happy to have my sales assistant, Mike Scudero, on the show last week. It was interesting to have him in the studio with me, since he was the one that when I started my show over 3 years ago was my engineer. And then he was promoted as manager of the studio. But he supported my show for all those years. And now we're working together. So, as they say, you never know where life will take you or what's going to happen. So Mike is the voice that when you call into the office to speak with me, or if you have any questions, or if you're making an appointment, you will hear him on the phone. He's the first person you're going to hear, and he's the first person you actually see when you come to the office in Medford. So he's fairly new to the industry. Actually, he's very new to the industry. He was in radio, but he has learned so much in a short period of time, and we are both excited to work together. And I'm eager to mentor him and eventually see him do what I do with his own clients in the future. So we have an exciting journey, and just building my team to help all of you, to help you in your situation. So I know that the times are very unsettling right now for everybody. We just got the statements, and that was not such a great situation. So if you opened up your statements, you probably should have them all at this point, at the 20th. I know there were some companies that were a little bit late. My daughter has a 529, the New York 529, and I just got the statement earlier in the week, so that was a little bit late. But they were terrible. And typically, well, I don't want to say typically, but September is is usually a tough month. I mean, it's kind of a transition month. And again, as you know, if you listen to the show, it's a month that I don't like very much, and the market doesn't like it either, apparently. So I guess we have a little bit in common. But if you looked at your statements, the quarter was pretty bad. But if you look at from year to date, so if you looked at what your value was in January compared to what it was in September 30th. The market is, overall, pretty much everything has been up for the most part. Not everything, but I'd have to say my clients are all doing, fairly well. We have a tracking system that across everything. Now, I have clients. My youngest client is 17, and my oldest client, my oldest one now, I think is 92. So, and everybody in between. So, obviously those portfolios and the investments are going to look and feel very different, but on an average, year to date, everybody's up about 5.6 across the board. So some people are up more, some people up less, like I said, the dynamics. So it is a positive year, even in light of all the drama, is really what I'm trying to tell you. So there's so much going on right now. I mean, I tune into various news programs and I read various things, and I'm hopping on webinars about what's happening in Israel. So I'm chock full of information. And what's interesting to me in trying to digest all of this information is how everything changes so quickly. They'll be talking about how in the morning, I'm just going to give an example. I'm going to use it, like I'll say a widget. I'm not even going to use a particular investment or product, but they'll say this widget, terrible, has bad outlook, not going to be good, should get rid of it, everybody be cautious. And then if you tune into the station later in the afternoon, the investment station, they're going, wow, there's a lot of opportunity. This is great. Wow, I think it's going to be a good thing. This widget should be something you go into. So what I'm telling you is sometimes if you don't have the knowledge and kind of the breadth of everything, I always say this to people, like, people said, all right, listen, help me out with my technology, with my computer. I got nothing. So, I know just enough to get me by. But if you ask me the nitty gritty, and we all have in our jobs those nitty gritty things, right? Like you're going through and you know surface, but when you dig down deep or you go the extra mile, it's a whole different situation. Some people, don't know how to go the extra mile or just don't go the extra mile. I have to say in our office we do. This is why we're probably out of our minds, because we try to do the right thing for clients. But so what I'm saying is, do not take everything as gospel, because a lot of things that they're talking about on the news may not pertain to you, and number two, might change in a couple of hours. So go back to the basics and just look at what you need to do for yourself. And people say, oh, what am I going to do? Like the market, there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity in any type of market environment. And one of the prospects now with the Middle East, oil might be a good opportunity. I'm not professing that you should go out and run and put everything in oil, but we look for things that may do well. So you don't want to make any rash decisions right now. And that's the thing I think most people are looking to do right now. Oh my God, I'm hearing all these things. I'm hearing Armageddon. It's going to be terrible next year. Everything's going to be awful. But then you see another report and they're saying, well, we might have a soft landing and we may not even go into recession. So you don't want to do the all or nothing. I know people plowing into CDs and that's cool for your short-term money. But if for a long-term outlook, that may not be the best opportunity. And not to mention, banks, with everything going on, with interest rates going up and, people increasing with their credit card debt, and we may see foreclosures, we're seeing bankruptcy, all of these things that are going to come down the pike. Banks are not going to be as strong as you think. And so, you have to just, things that you think may be safe, do more research. And the biggest thing, talk to somebody who's in the industry. So call my office, come in for a consultation. There's so much that you probably know, but there's so much that you don't know, and that's the problem. That's the stuff that gets you in trouble. And I see it time and time again, with clients or people that I talk to, and like whenever I meet with them first, I'm like, oh, I knew, I did this thing, I didn't really research it, and then like for example, taking money out of an IRA prior to 59 and a half, I didn't realize that if I took the money that I'd have a tax hit, that I have to pay tax on the federal, state, and I'd also get a penalty, and I walked away with less than 50% of it, or maybe they when they did the taxes they owed a lot of money. So it's the stuff that you think knee jerk, oh my God, this is what I should do, let me get out, I want to save myself. Don't do it. So talk to somebody who knows. But you are listening to the Financial Chick Show. This is Denise Nostrom. My company is Diversified Financial Solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. So feel free to, give me a call, give me a shout. Go to my website at diversified. Well, actually, we can do financialchickshow.com. If you have a question or want to have a consultation, get in touch. So stay tuned. We're going into the break. 2 and 2.
The dot.
On the dot. All right. We got this. So yeah, so I'm not going to go into I'm not going negative today. I'm exhausted. We're going to keep it positive and uplifting. No one wants to hear that.
I don't blame you.
Amen. Right, John?
For once during my break, I've had so many brain farts these past 2 days. But for once, instead of like reading Fox and whatever, I still did, but like I was just watching like NHL games from last night, which I have not done in
Absolutely.
a long time.
I think we all need to do that to heal, because we're just being bombarded by so much stuff right now, and it's not good for anybody. It really isn't. And honestly, most of it we are in no control over anyway. So,
I think the Middle East, once they overthrow Hamas and everything, everyone needs a sports team to enjoy their lives and realize, we have a minute.
Okay.
And what's it called? Because it helps bring people together. I don't want to go into sports media. It's not my thing, but I still enjoy it. Like I'll play ice hockey is my big thing, and I
Okay.
do the
Well, you're going into your season soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to look for a league to play in this year. I've not played in years.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
good. We all need to do stuff like that again
Mhm.
for healing and just diversion, to not be thinking about all the. There's not a lot of positives, a lot of negatives out there, and it's.
What sucks is that, and we have 20 seconds.
Okay.
What sucks is that politicians everywhere need this stuff to like fuel them to make their lives,
Well, we're being played, my friend. We're being played.
All right, here we
Okay,
go.
you got it.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. It's funny, I say years, right? But literally, things change. I would say right now, probably by the hour. I mean, that's what I feel like at the office half the time. I mean, it's just... there's been a lot of changes, and I think a lot of people are feeling that as well. So let's do a few updates, or a few, I don't know if we call them changes, but I'm going to call them updates at this point. But for those of you on Social Security, they have released the numbers for the cost of living adjustment for 2024, and that number is going to be 3.2%. So a little bit of a far cry from last year when it was over 8%, but kind of they're I guess bringing it back to some type of normalization. So that is what's happening there. On another note, this was actually last week. It wasn't even this week, but the 30-year mortgage rate hit 8% last week. So this is something that's not a good thing with interest rates going up. You're getting higher mortgage rates, so this is going to limit the number of people, especially young people, that want to buy homes. Not that it's a terrible rate. I mean, and if they reduce rates over time, you can always refinance your mortgage. So, it's not like it's an all or none type of thing. And needless to say, it's always better to own a home than to rent. But it's going to make it more challenging, because the resources that people have, they're going to have to put more resources toward the mortgage because the rate is so much higher. And like I said, and I know I've said this before, but on other shows, but the housing prices are still high. They are edging down, but we still got a far cry for something to kind of modulate, where we have a lower home price and maybe that higher rate on the mortgage, where we can make it, semi-normal. So we'll see how that all plays out. May have to have a real estate person on here to give us some updates on that piece of the market. One thing also, and I'm going to go into a little bit about what retirees should be doing before December 31st of this year, but before I do that, there are now forms for all mutual funds, brokerage companies, etc., that reflect change with the IRS. So when you take money, and some of you may know this, but I'm shocked, a lot of people don't know this. When you take money out of your IRA, you can withhold for taxes. And so what that really means, almost like when you're getting your paycheck. When you get your paycheck, they take out for federal, they take out for state, other things too. But when you take money out of your IRA, preferably when you're over the age of 59 and a half, you will pay federal and state taxes. So you have an opportunity to or an option to take it out right away, meaning when you take the withdrawal, you can withhold a certain percentage, say 20% for federal and maybe 4% for state, just to throw out numbers. Or you can take nothing out, but the only problem with doing that is when you do your taxes the following year, you're going to probably owe money. So what the IRS has done now is that on most forms, the go-to rate is 10% for federal. You can pretty much decide what you want for state, but the biggest or the most cumbersome tax is usually your federal tax. Now, living in New York and on Long Island, I mean, I don't really know many people that are in the 10% tax bracket. That's typically not the rate that we use for most of my clients. So you can't do it on the regular form. So we don't have enough pages in forms now. Now the IRS has another form called the W4R, which if you want to do something other than 10%, you have to actually do this form too. So, we've had a few speed bumps because we forget to print out this additional form. Some of the companies provide it, some of them don't. So it's really been a pain in the neck. So what I'm saying is there's so much changing. You need advice. You need somebody to help you and walk with you. And at Diversified Financial Solutions, that's exactly what we do. I think most of our clients appreciate it. Some of them, we've had some people that have not been very nice lately. So we're looking into that. But, we do a lot for our clients. I mean, we don't just throw you the paperwork and say, fill it out and get it back to us. We do all the heavy lifting. And the reason we do that is because it is complicated. It's not your lane. It's something that we want to do and make your life easier. Life is so tough, so we want to make it easier for you. So let's take a look at some 5 tax moves that retirees should start considering now. We still got some time, but we really need to kind of roll with it and see what's going on before December 31st. Okay, one thing that you may want to consider is those Roth IRA conversions. So it's called in the valley. The valley is the period between when you retire and when your income stream increases again from Social Security. So this is a time where you may not be taking Social Security, maybe just living off pensions and maybe some other income. And this is before you have your RMDs also. So it's that time where you're not having so much income, because at a certain point in time, you're going to have to take your Social Security, and RMDs are going to come also, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the earlier you retire, the more you live off cash, and the longer you delay Social Security benefits, the bigger the benefit is for you. So that's a good thing. So during, even when you're in your working years, your taxable income, you want to kind of watch what you're doing. But when you jump over to retirement, if you retire early or even if you retire retirement age, converting from an IRA to a Roth IRA will minimize your taxes down the line when you take your Social Security and your RMDs. Because what happens is your income spikes. So it's a way that you can do some pre-planning to look at what that's going to be. Now, again, if you're just doing investments, you probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but this is the true planning part of the situation. I do financial planning, so I can kind of give people a track to run on so you can see what is going to happen when you're ready for RMDs. So let's jump in. I'm going to jump into that for 1 second. So RMDs are things that you have to take. And remember, people used to roll off your tongue. Well, it was a weird number too. But if you remember 70 and a half, when you're 70 and a half, you had to take money out of your IRA. Well, the Secure Act of 2020 has changed a bunch of that. So let me give you some stats on that. So your 70 and a half people were people born June 30th, 1949 and earlier. They changed that. So now if you had a birthday between July 1st, 1949 to December 31st, 1950, your age was 72. But that's gone now. So now everybody at this point is at 73, anybody that would be new. So anybody that's born between 1951 and 1959 is the new RMD age across the board is 73. But they decided to go further. Anybody now born 1960 or over, now ours, I'll say mine because I'm after that, would be 75. So at age 75 now we have to take our RMDs. So for people that are retired now, whatever ages that you're at this point, if you have IRAs, if you have 401ks but are not working, if you're working, you don't have to take money from your 401k, but you still have to take it from your IRAs, you need to do it by December 31st. So if you need help calculating that, we're here to help you. A lot of the companies do that, but some people aren't aware that they don't have to take it just from one IRA. If you have multiple IRAs, you can take it from one or the others. as long as you calculate your number with all your IRAs and take that out, the IRS will leave you alone. Realizing capital gains is another year-end strategy that you want to take a look. If you have some stocks that are elevated and you want to maybe sell some of them because you feel a little nervous about the market, you may want to offset that with some stocks that haven't done so well. So I'm sure you have some of those in the portfolio too. So it's time to look at that. There was one little stat that was very interesting here. They said if you had a crystal ball and invested $1 million at the bottom of the market in 2009, closed your eyes and woke up today, you'd have over $6 million. Now, of course, few people will do that because you get nervous. Like, this is the time you don't really want to do that. But I will give you a quick story. I had a client that came to me, worked for American Airlines, and was retiring, and it was the wonderful year of 2008. So this individual decided to roll over their IRA, roll over their 401k to an IRA. They weren't excited about doing it, I will tell you. But it was September 19th, 2008. They invested $193,000 and change. They added another 24 to kind of consolidate some accounts. Over time, through the required minimum distributions, they took out over $158,000. And are you ready? As of September, I met with them about a month ago. He had over $500,000, $501,000. So investing when most aren't, when it's the most scariest part, definitely is not a bad idea. Now, I didn't get to all 5. The other 2 things are evaluate your Medicare thresholds, and if you don't know what I mean, call my office. And finally, consider qualified charitable distributions. I'm doing that with clients to save on taxes. So if you want to know more about that, call my office, 631-758-8691, because we all hate paying taxes. Well, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today and joining me. I hope you got some good information. And like I said, we all need to heal right now. Shut the TVs off. You'll get the information eventually. But anyway, just take care of yourself. I want to thank you all for listening. Let's do better and be better. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Let me get these things off. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Again, I hope you got some good information. There's always stuff to do. There's always opportunity out there. We're going to try to keep it positive because I have to say, everybody you talk to is negative, and I can understand why. But let's try to again, like I say, do better and be better. And have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy all of the fun things that fall has to offer. I still have to get my pumpkins and my corn stalks, so I think that's what I'll be doing this weekend. All right, signing off. Thank you. Have a great weekend.